guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So LR Kid Gohan got an EZA. I think that he's like, okay-ish. I would like people to understand that, you know, free-to-play characters, we should judge them at least. Like, I would like if it's like, okay, like, think of like some of the major fights, right? You have Red Zone Fusion Zamasu. We have like the anniversary event. They literally just added a mission to that. So if a character can be, I didn't even touch it. That's weird. Maybe I'll reset my phone. But you know, the anniversary event, the Gods and Mortals event. Like there's all these events, right? I think if a free-to-play character was just like very specifically going to be super good for like one of the tough fights as a free-to-play character, or, you know, I don't mind restrictions on free-to-play characters if it'll make them good. Now, Kid Gohan does have one of these. The problem is his restriction and his strong ability, you only get once. This Kid Gohan is good when this part is activated. Performs a guaranteed crit if HP is 58% or less when performing a super attack, and then he gets 12 key, 58% attack and defense, and 58% damage reduction when HP is 58% or less. So it's like, only if his HP is under 58% is all this going to be good. Now, I guess this actually triggers at the start of turn, even though it's, you know, I guess one part of it is on super attack, and the other is just a start of turn buff, right, where he gets all the extra stats and stuff like that. It's only once only. So this Kid Gohan will get 58% damage reduction when your HP is really low, but he can only do it once. I mean, maybe, with some of the runs I've had in like the Fusion Zamasu fight, like I suppose I could see it with this Kid Gohan where, you know, turn 1 we get slapped around, turn 2 we go into the fight, we're under 58% HP, he's got the damage reduction, and then, I mean, we barely see him, you know, we float him off for the rest of the fight, but with the damage reduction he could hang tight against the normals, I suppose. But the fact that, I just don't agree with it being once only. I don't know why, like, why double restrict it like that? That doesn't even make sense. Like, it sucks. I know he had that prior to his EZA. It was 12 key and 58% damage reduction on HP is 58% or less, once only. Man, like, I would almost say send the stats straight into hell and just get rid of the restriction. He's a better character. Like, I think if he always had the damage reduction when HP is low, you know, that would be solid, because it's, but I don't know. This Kid Gohan, he also is going to fall in a mix of teams and characters and stuff like that, that I would argue are just not quite good enough. This Gohan does need a Goku, basically, to do anything at all. And he's on Hybrids, Goku Family, Youth, Exploding Rage, Saiyan Saga, Bond Parent and Child, and Earthbred Fighters. Certainly, we do have numerous good Gokus on a lot of those teams, but I struggle to wonder why would we run Gohan on Earthbred Fighters? You know, maybe like Exploding Rage, sure, right? Like, you know, there's Exploding Rage missions and stuff like that, perhaps. Let's just jump in. I'm doing a lot of blabbering away. Let's look at his build real quick, and then let's jump in and let's see what we have to go with. I gave Gohan full dodge. He's got a lot of crit in his passive, so I think people would understand not really the need to go heavy crit there. And then, I mean, his super attack effect, his 12 key super attack effect, he does colossal damage and greatly lowers enemy attack. He's not getting defense or attack. So, I mean, that's an obvious full dodge, man. Like, you know, he already has crit, and then he gets no defense on his 12 key super attack effect. Well, sounds like a job for full dodge. Alright, guys, so we're here in an event. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Kid Gohan has to offer for us. So, in terms of his super attacks, again, his 12 key is only greatly lowering attack. I mean, that's a fatal flaw for this character. I don't care what anyone says. We're long past the point of you not having defense on these super attack effects. Every single super attack any character that comes out at all should be giving you defense. I mean, if they're going to put out bosses that are doing 2 million damage, that's fine. But we need some, like, not every character needs to have 3 million defense, 100%. But, like, you know, I don't know, maybe allowing characters to actually be able to take, like, one normal would be an idea. And, like, allowing defense on a super attack effect is, like, a bare minimum, right? Like, it would help. It would help a lot. I mean, 30% defense right there, bam, like, that would be nice. Now, his 18 key, he is getting 30% attack and defense. Then he also massively lowers enemy defense. That's an 80% debuff. So that would be, like, if we fight this kid Gohan as a boss somewhere, he'll be annoying. Because he lowered defense by 80%. That's what Evolution Blue Vegeta does, right? In terms of Gohan's passive here, he gets 4 key and 59% attack and defense if there is a Goku on the team. So we have that up. 4 key, 59% attack and defense if there's a Goku on the turn. Right now, we do not have that up, right? And that's kind of an issue. I mean, I look at this kid Gohan as a potential buff for this character's team, right? But, you know, this kid Gohan and then this Gohan and Piccolo, they're overlapping with their problem, which is, which Gokus are we using? I mean, I brought version Z Goku and this Goku and Gohan right here, but both are fodder who can be easily exposed. In actual, like, really tough fights. I mean, even against Red Zone Cell here, these 2 Goku characters we brought would be killed. We are in dire need for, like, this Goku, but good, essentially. Like, if we got Kaioken Goku right now, Dokkan Fest, who's really good, that would be sick. I mean, another base, I don't know if I could take another base Goku, but it would certainly be nice if we got, like, characters who could help all these characters. Like, they're putting out all these characters that don't have the necessary help to make them as good as they should be, is kind of an issue. Like, just a reoccurring issue every single release. 17 and 18, Kale, Super 17, right? Like, Super Trunks. Like, you just go down the list. Every single character, it's like, oh, well, if we had this, this, and this, that'd be great. But guess what? We don't have that, and that. So, kind of tough. All right, let's just go like this. Key is a bit of an issue here. Remember that, you know, with a Goku on rotation, Gohan would be getting another 4 key, which would be good. Links here, he has Innocence, All in the Family, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Infighter, Shattering Limit, and Legendary Power. Those are links he has. We are getting massive amounts of support on this rotation. Gohan is getting 90% support, I think. Piccolo is 30%, right? And then the kid Gohan and Piccolo, they're giving 60% because they give 30% to Saiyan Saga, and then their multiple turn superclass support is up as well. So we're getting, again, substantial support. 7.6. Yeah, I mean, 7.6 with the defensive numbers we saw right there just pretty much isn't enough. He does, okay, so continuing on with his passive, he does also get 58% attack and defense on super attack, and then another 58% attack and defense, and a high chance to crit on super attack. Yeah. And then he gets the guaranteed crit if HP is 58% or less when performing an 18 key super. So it almost does feel like this character got like a lot of crit. Like, to me, I've seen this many times, where Dokkan will give a character strong crit abilities, and then they'll go, oh, they're good because, you know, crits are so busted. And it's just like, well, no. Crits, you know, it's nice to do a lot of damage, but it just flat out does not matter if your character does a lot of damage if they just get one-shotted in return, right? Like, it's pointless, right? Damage is damage, which is cool until the run is done. And it's, you know, you got a daily limit on the times you could do the stage. So, I don't know. I would be, I think, a little bit more on board with this character if the damage reduction was just always up if we were below 58% HP. That would give this character some ability. And then also at least 30% defense on their 12 key super attack effect is a must as well. You gotta do that, because then it's like, you know, you could put some additionals on this character, you get the additional super, and then you're cooking, right? You know, an extra 30% defense can really make a nice difference, but, you know, unfortunately, you know, it is what it is. All right, so we're going to be looking quite a bit better here on this rotation. We have All in the Family, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Infighter, and Shattering the Limit all activated. We have support up. We still have multiple turn support up from Gohan and Piccolo. So again, this is a very good rotation. Look at his ki now, right? So 4 ki at the start of the turn, and then another 4 ki with a Goku on the same rotation. I mean, we'll certainly take that. All right, let's see what Gohan does. Again, remember, we are running, you know, the Gohan and Goku exchange character, and then version Z Goku here. He gets up to 10 million. He's got a 50% chance to crit. I mean, sure, I'll take it. But, yeah, there was the crit. We got the hit on Potential System Additional. Of course, it's a normal. And he did get the crit again, too. So that does lead me to wonder, like, so when Gohan does the super, does that high chance to crit just stick with him? Dude, this Gohan sucks, man. He never dodges for me. We have type advantage, but that Gohan is always getting destroyed, man. I see people saying, like, oh yeah, just run this character. That's what you want to do for the Gohan and Piccolo. And then I run that Gohan and he gets a body bag. Cell, please, man. Come on. Alright, we got a really strong rotation right here for Gohan. We can get so many links up. I probably should sacrifice Legendary Power here just to make sure we get an attack. We do have the version Z Goku support here. We did have a Gohan and Piccolo multiple turn support buff up as well. We have, of course, the Goku. Let's go ahead and see what Gohan does right here. I mean, at this point, I feel like we've kind of seen, like, we saw Gohan on a turn with no Goku. Now we're seeing, you know, Gohan with the Gokus around. I mean, there's not really too much to him, I guess, besides now seeing him when we are under 58% HP. So I guess I'll come back. We'll come back to a rotation where we're under 58% HP is what we have to do. All I would need to do for that, too, by the way, is just put Gohan and Piccolo in front of this attack right here. Because Gohan and Piccolo, unfortunately, are not as good as they should be, unfortunately. I mean, sad to say. Let's go ahead and see. If Cell connects the super attack with Gohan and Piccolo, my Gohan and Piccolo could easily dodge, but 75 from a normal? I didn't realize they were going to die. I thought... They had their damage reduction. 75 from a normal? They had their damage reduction up, right? Okay. Yeah, again, as the days go on, I grow to hate this character a little bit more. I thought they were going to live, man. I did. I really am. Yeah, my bad. I thought they could handle this Cell. Okay. We'll come back under 58% HP to see Kid Gohan with that ability. Okay. Alright, well, turn 1, we took a little bit of damage there. Alright, so we could have a pretty strong rotation. Man, I hope this Cell doesn't kill us. Because, I mean, this is really good. We're going to have double, like, Gohan and Piccolo. Like, we had Gohan and Piccolo in slot 3 last turn, and we'll have it this turn. Again, this is a turn... Well, I guess we could put Gohan in slot 1. He would be fairly tanky. I would just hope that Cell wouldn't super, though. I don't want to do it, because I don't want Cell to super attack him and debuff him. So this is Kid Gohan at his best right here, right? Oh, right, no. His Cell's sealed. You can see it right there. This is Kid Gohan at his best. We have the damage reduction up. We have the extra stats, right? So, you know, he's at 254k defense right there. Remember, his 18 ki gives him 30% defense, and then he's getting 58% defense on his super attack, and then another 58% defense on his super attack. It does seem like, to me, like, his defense is way too low if the damage reduction is only once, which unfortunately it is. So it's like, imagine that this was like a serious run where I wanted to win. We wasted Kid Gohan's damage reduction on turn 2, right? Like, so okay, so now he's just gonna suck for the rest of the fight. Like, that would be no good. That would be ass, right? And Kid Gohan gets up to 13 million. This is a guaranteed crit right here because their HP is below 58% when doing the 18 key super right there. So there we go. There is the Prime Battle LR Kid Gohan. Maybe there are some stages where he could help out I mean, he's certainly on categories like Saiyan Saga, Exploding Rage, and Youth, where it's not exactly like there's an overabundance of options, right? Like, you know, Saiyan Saga is a rather limited team. Whoops, that's Youth right there. Saiyan Saga is a rather limited team, right? So, anything can help, but I just wish that the damage reduction ability was not once only. I mean, remember the physical LR Kid Gohan, who, you know, just has the damage reduction with a Goku on rotation. Like, could you imagine how good this Gohan would be if he had that? He'd be very solid, right? Like, if he just had the 58% damage reduction just by Goku on the rotation, that would be very intriguing, actually. I mean, that would be very strong for free-to-play character, but, you know, oh well, we, you know, like, they dropped insane bosses on us. Some characters who could fight those bosses certainly would be good right about now. Alright, this is Power in a Pinch, Gohan Kid. His leader skill is Exploding Rage, category key for 150% of stats. I remember when this Kid Gohan first came out, there was no good Gokus on Exploding Rage. We certainly have quite a few now, that's nice. Because remember, this guy originally came out even before Namek LR Goku was a thing. Gohan's 12-key super attack is Leave My Dad Alone, which does colossal damage to the enemy and then greatly lowers enemy attack. No defense, no stats, very bad. His 18-key super attack is Hidden Power, which gives him 30% attack and defense for 1 turn, does mega colossal damage to the enemy, and then massively lowers enemy defense. You know, the 80% defensive debuff is nice, but it's worthless against enemies, so it doesn't really do anything, so. Passive skill is Heightened Emotions, which gives him 4-key and 59% attack and defense if there is a Goku on the team. Then Gohan gets another 4-key, 59% attack and defense if there's a Goku in the turn. Then Gohan gets 58% attack and defense on Super. And then another 58% attack and defense and a high chance to crit if it's a Super attack. Then he gets guaranteed crits if HP is 58% or less when performing an 18-key Super. And then finally, you know, start a turn, he gets 12-key, 58% attack and defense, and 58% damage reduction if HP is 58% or less. That's where this guy's sweet spot, where he's pretty good, but again, it's the HP restriction is what we're looking at. His links are the Innocence, All in the Family, Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Infighter, Shattering Limit, and Legendary Power. 12-key multiplier 140%, 24-key multiplier 200%, and then Gohan is on a few category teams here. I suppose, I mean, this is one thing that is positive, is he's on some teams that certainly could use help, right? So he is on the Hybrid Saiyan team. I mean, I'll certainly always take any options we get to that. Massive roster as it is, though. He's also on Goku Family right here. Again, ridiculous team. Then Gohan is on the Youth category. More options for Youth category. Certainly never a bad thing. We'll take that. Then Kid Gohan is also on the Exploding Rage category team. Probably gonna be maybe his best use is Exploding Rage. Maybe. Then Gohan, of course, is also on the Saiyan Saga category team, where, I mean, we certainly have had some other characters released within this year, right? We had the other Carnival LR Kid Gohan, we have the Vegeta and Nappa, the Gohan and Piccolo, stuff like that, sure. Then Gohan is also on the Bond of Parent and Child, alright? And then finally, Gohan is on the stacked-ass team, Earth-bred fighters, right? Just the GOAT team, basically. So, there we go. There's this EZA Prime Battle Kid Gohan. I mean, I could envision we go fight, like, Red Zone Fusion Zamasu, and, you know, we take a ton of damage turn 1, turn 2 he has his damage reduction up, right, and, you know, he does really well, then we float him off, and then, like, we're wrapping the fight up on turn 5 anyway, or something like that, right? Like, I could see that being a thing, but I don't know, if only that damage reduction was guaranteed when our HP was low like that, like, we really would have been cooking, but let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.